Hello and welcome to Model Railway Easily Christmas. I'm davidinark. Not the easiest name to say. I actually watched LGR play this, and this is the same version that he played on his channel. Essentially, this is a very, very simple model railroad environment. Okay, so you have some icons across the top. You have tracks and trains and cars, different buildings, houses, factories, trees, people and cars and stuff. There's other stuff you can do, but to get started right away, you're just going to click on the railroad track, and immediately there's a piece of track that is laid down. So what I'm going to do is, if you click on it one time, that brings up a series of icons. The icons at either end allow you to extend out that track however you'd like it to go. And I'm going to go ahead and delete that real quick. You can also move the track around using the crosshairs. You can rotate it using the rotate tool. You can also raise it up off the ground. Now, one of the things that I've discovered about this is I don't know how high you can raise it. Just pretty much as high as you want. You can only go down to the ground, which is kind of nice. You can't go below. Oh, well, actually, I'm wrong. You can go below ground level. Didn't think you could. Okay. But you can't, so far as I can tell, you can't actually change elevation. So if I were to create a railroad up here, okay, if I start creating a track up here, this is where it exists. I can't lower it down to the ground level, to make, a trestle or any of that kind of thing. This is where it is. So I don't know. Essentially, this is one way that you could have multiple train environments on your game, because you just keep adding track and it floats in the air because, that's what it does. One of the cool things that I do like about it, though, is when you get to the point where you drag one piece toward the end of another, it will automatically snap to and complete the circuit, which is nice. That is a nice addition. I don't know why the guardrails disappeared right here. Not really concerned about it, I guess. So we have our first track, and yes, it's way up in the sky. I understand that. That's okay. But in order to get things rolling, you want to grab an engine, and so there are multiple engines to choose from. I'll grab this steam engine, why not? And you just click on the engine, and it will automatically place it on the ground. As you can see, drag the engine or wagon onto the track because it's in the wrong place. But you see, again, it snaps immediately to the track. When you... Whoops, okay. Don't know why I did that. All right. When a train is on the track, then you can move it back and forth. You can decouple it if it were attached to some cars. You can also flip it around so it goes the other way, and the trash can lets it loose. Deletes it. What you can also do is you can actually just drag the train, and you just hold the mouse button down, you drag it and let go, and choo-choo. It is rolling around the track. So what you can do is, again, you can stop it if you want. All right, so then if you want to add additional cars, what I've noticed is that if I click on a piece of track and then click on the cars, and let's just say we add this passenger car, well, normally or in the past it has put it on the track, but sometimes like that just disappeared. It means it basically just threw it away. It doesn't know. Okay, it doesn't know what to do with it. That's interesting. I'll tell you what. Let's do this. If I click off and we move down here, and I just add a piece of track down here, now that should put it on that track, and now I can move this up here. And once you put it on the track, then you can just simply move it toward the engine, and now they are automatically coupled. So again, I can start this up, and it is going to cruise around, and now we've got our train cruising around the track in the sky. Again, why is it in the sky? I don't know. It's just a thing you can do. I discovered it and thought it'd be fun to share. So let's concentrate on the track on the ground, shall we? So I'm going to move this here. I can rotate the track a little bit if I want to. And so we are going to, whoops, I'm sorry, click on the track, and then I can drag some of the track out. You'll notice that if I click on the somewhere, okay, if you click on an end piece of a track, then you get several options. One is you can have a splitter. You can also have a stopper, which means that the train will stop there and bounce backwards. By the way, if you have two trains and you run them on the same track and they run into each other, they just reverse direction. It's not, there's no crashes or anything, okay? Likewise, I could just, never mind. I could say, never mind, I changed my mind. I don't want anything to do at the end here. All right, so likewise, I could just click off in the ground. One of the other cool things about this is if I were to drag this around here, let me just get over here. And when you drag into the mountain, you'll notice that it automatically builds tunnels. Now, one of the other things you notice is you can't see what you're doing. Well, there's an icon up here with the dashed mountains, and it will turn off the effects. It'll turn off whatever you've got listed, or it'll turn off the ground effects in order to show you the grid, so that then you can come through here and continue your track. And then you can turn that off, and so I can see where, this kind of poked through, but that's okay. It's fine. And so it's kind of a lather, rinse, repeat situation. I can just click. I can drag this out. Now, one of the things that I mentioned before, that people complain about how small the table is, especially when you start to add buildings and stuff. And so I'm going to tell you what, for right now, we're just going to pull this out here. Okay, so for right now, we're going to leave this disconnected, just so that I can show you some of the other features. One of the cool things is if you put in a station, so I clicked on the railway thing here. So I have a station here. I don't know if there's another kind of station. So there's a bigger station. So if you click on the station, it'll put it on the map. You can use if I click on it, you can use the crosshairs to move it. I can rotate it. I can also raise it up and down. Now, the houses will stop at ground level. So there you go. The two pieces of paper means I can copy whatever I've got selected. The red circle indicates that as long as there's a track inside that red circle, the train will stop for 10 seconds at the station, which is very, very cool. Let me do this a little bit. So I can move this here if I want. All right, so I've got my station here, and I can also go into things like the people place here. We've got lampposts and bins. You notice we've got different roads that we can lay down. We also have pavement. So I'm going to lay down some dark pavement here. It's not quite straight, although that doesn't really have to be honest with you. I can duplicate this. I wish the duplication would just duplicate it like right next to or even on top of the current piece. It does not. It just like places it somewhere. But anyway, so now we have some pavement. It goes under the track there. You can see that. You can also incorporate things like, if I want to, we can have a platform. So I can have a platform where I can put little people who wait for the train. The camera on this thing is a little wonky for sure. So that's going to take some getting used to. And this is not straight. Ideally, this would be straight, up against there, but close enough. So again, if I want to put people in here, I can go find a person. And they're tiny, so you got to watch them. But again, I can raise or lower this person how I need to or want to. And there we go. Have him We'll have him facing here. He can stand here. That's got to be close to the platform. That's close enough for me. Oh, no, it's not. His feet are actually fine. All right, close enough. So there's a little dude there, all right? I do think it's very cool that the buildings all have Christmas twinkling lights. That is so, so cool. So other things you can do, again, you know, we've got trees, so I can grab some trees. There's a neat feature here. This square with the arrow allows you to select all. And so it'll let you select a group of things. I forget, you don't use the mouse to move stuff around. You got to use the little. Okay, so I can have some trees here. Put those in likewise if I want to. One of the trees is a Christmas tree. Yay. So I can go here and we'll put a Christmas tree up on the mountain. Look at there. Isn't that cute? All right, so we can put in a Christmas tree. Likewise, as I mentioned before, there are different buildings here. So here we've got a house, which I don't know why I put it in the middle of the mountain. But houses, just like buildings, they can only go down to the ground level. So that is a plus. We have a cool diner. So check out the diner. Oh, I'm lining this up with the shadow. There's no reason for that at all. I just decided to do that. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, we've got a variety of different houses to choose from. Again, I can spin them around if I want to. I can also go back into the picker here, and we can lay down some road. I wish there was a way to stretch road like there are the tracks. That would be kind of cool. Instead, you have to make a copy and sort of figure out where it goes. And again, make a copy and figure out where that goes. And actually, I don't really want that piece, so I can hit the trash can. Instead, I want a curved piece of road. And I actually want it to go the other way. So you just basically come in here and lay down the pieces and parts. It is very simplistic. It's to me, I think this would be a great tool or a fun thing to do if you got little kids, or honestly, if you just like building models yourself. But if you've got little kids and you don't have a train set, or you want to give them the digital experience, by all means, I think this is a cool way to do it. It does come with a car, a truck, well, a car, a pickup truck, and a cargo truck. So if I click on the car, again, I can bring the car in here and we can set the car up. Very cool. It does have other things as well. You may have seen under the railway section, it's got a crossing gate. It has a railroad cross section. So what this does is if we come over here, and I rotate it around, then it allows you to have a road that crosses over the railroad tracks, right? Likewise, you may have seen that there is also a crossing gate, which is cool. So I can put down the crossing gate so that people don't cross railroad tracks. Ding, 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 ding. You know what I'm saying? So about the table. As I said, there are people who complain that the table's not big enough. And as you can see, it does not take long to fill this space out, especially with some of the buildings they have. I mean, they got there's a concrete plant. I mean, this thing is freaking huge. See this? So, there are definitely some pieces and parts that are going to take up a lot of space. But what you can do as far as the track anyway, is you can actually take the track off of the table. Now, you can't take the buildings. If you try to take a building off the table, then it'll go about halfway, and that's about it. It's as far as you can take it off the table. So that doesn't really work for you, but you can definitely do some cool things with the track, just in terms of buying yourself some more track space. for, you know, whatever reason you might want to. You'll notice that here, so I'm scrolling around. This is as far as I can go. So you want to be careful of that. You don't want to have your track, you know, go completely off the screen and then you have no idea, you know, your train can't make it back or, you know, whatever. This is going to get a little weird. It's like, yeah, I'm going to make this amazingly insane turn right here. But, hey, you know what? It connected it, so there you go. If I grab a different train, and just for the sake of argument, ooh, that's cool. I like that. But I'm going to grab, we'll grab this one. So I can put this train on the track. And again, I can put in either passenger cars or we've got various tankers. So here's one that looks like it's got hot chocolate. Again, I can put this down and then I can just kind of roll it and it will automatically connect, as you can see here. So we'll add a container wagon as well. Oh, come on. There we go. What else do we have? We have a freight wagon. Oh, that's my bad. We have a freight wagon. And how about the Merry Christmas? There we go. All right. And so, again, if I roll the train, it will come to the station and it will stop. Notice that it is stopping. It says 10 seconds, but that wasn't 10 seconds. That was just a few seconds. Now, I don't know what's going to happen here. That's going to be some funky stuff. Yeah. But you know what? Hey, why not? So while the train goes around, and again, it's going to stop here. I don't know. It's very cool. I really do. I do think it's neat. You know, is it perfect? No, not by any stretch. Oh, there's a pond. Look at that. That is so cool, man. But it's something fun, something you can do. And again, using the little cheat here, you can actually expand at least where the train goes, if not necessarily be able to expand what's happening on the table. Now, and also, you know, we do have the whole suspended train in the air thing. So, you know, I mean, I guess technically speaking, if you wanted to drop down another track, I'm very curious about this. If I wanted to drop down yet another track, kind of in between these two, can we do that? Sure we can. Why couldn't we? Let me turn off this so that I can get a feel for what's happening here. All right. So we're going to, again, let's just put this out here. I'm just going to connect these two. I don't care. And there we go. Now, I don't know what's going to happen if I try to put down an engine. Oh, it actually went onto that track. Look at there. So just for the sake of argument. Actually, am I running backwards? I think I'm running that train backwards. What's the front of this track? I don't know. I think that's how it's supposed to go. But you know what, it is what it is. So anyway, you can do multiple decked out train arrangements here to your heart's content. And technically speaking, I know, again, this is so bizarre, or at least, you know, the idea of it is so weird. But I mean, I could go up here, and if I wanted to grab some pavement, just say for the sake of argument, I mean, I can put pavement in the air. So I could theoretically make an entire environment, you know, that is up in the air. And just keep duplicating that and fill it in. And I could grab, you know, a house And we could put the house up here as well. So, I mean, you really can get a little crazy creative with it. I think it's very neat. The fact that it's free, you know, hey, there you go. So you can get it from Steam. I'll try to put a link to the game down in the description so that you can check it out. But in the meantime, there you go. It's Model Christmas Easily Train. Model Train Easily Christmas or something. Whatever it's called. Got any questions, problems, suggestions, horror stories? Feel free to leave those down in the comment section below. Special thanks to Hero of God, GamerGull, LosWilko, 7220 Gamer, the Maestro of Madness, and It Has to Be Done for supporting the channel. They probably have no idea the kind of stuff that I'm showing you guys. But anyway, there you go. I hope you're enjoying it. Oh, I also did forget to say that there is an option here. This up and down arrow is actually saving. So I can actually come in here and I can save whatever I want to call this. Oops. So if I call this Demo 1, then it's now saved. You can see in the lower right corner, it's got the name of it. And so I can reload this and continue to work on it. Also a plus for the kiddos. Anyhow, there you go. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. I'm davidinark. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.